Vacation rental hosts can make or break a vacation. Luckily, Vrbo makes it easy to find the ones who make it stress-free. Vrbo's Premier Hosts badge highlights vacation rental hosts with top-tier listings. The ones with excellent guest experience reviews, 0 cancellations, and strong ratings across the board. For trip planners who want to be hosted, not ghosted, choose Premier Hosts. Book today on the Vrbo app. If you know, you Vrbo.
The ultimate cookout starts with the ultimate ingredients. At Whole Foods Market, no antibiotics ever burgers and kebabs are prepped and ready to throw on the grill. Fire up a juicy ribeye. Grab creamy potato salad and savory flatbreads from the prepared foods department and round it all out with 365 brand condiments, chips, and dips at everyday low prices. Whole Foods Market. Make your summer sizzle.
If you've ever blasted synth beats from your boombox or burned CDs for your besties, this one's for you. As people get older, much like their music tastes, their health needs change. AG1 is the simple daily health drink designed to deliver over 75 essential daily nutrients and pre- and probiotics to support energy, digestion, and mood. So you can make the most out of every decade and dance break. Learn more at drinkag1.com.
Don't you wake up in the morning and have to get yourself feeling better? Or feeling like you're at least a little bit okay? Grand Rising, I love you and I miss you so much. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. I love you. I'm going to start getting on Instagram more often because I miss you. I miss seeing your face. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Grand Rising, everybody. Before we get started, let's go ahead and give a moment of silence for the ones who aren't here with us today. Let's give this moment to them. Okay, coming up on the couch, y'all know today is Autoimmune Disease Awareness, and I actually have my days mixed up. So tomorrow is going to be Sickle Cell Talk, and then this Friday we're going to start early with Prison Jail Felon Talk, and then we'll pick back up on Tuesday because we're not going to be on the couch on Monday, but I will be having an interview on Monday with Miss Jasmine from Something from the Culture podcast. So I don't know if that's going to be live. I will post the link if I am going to be live on my Facebook page, which is THA Couch. Also coming up that Tuesday through Friday is going to be Prison Jail Felon Talk next week. And then also coming up, we got July 15th is Surgery, Menopause, Health, and More. July 17th, shout out to Derek, spiritual coach. He's my TikTok friend. This is going to be his second time on a couch. So he's going to be on the couch on the 17th. July the 20th is going to be Mental Health Talk. July 30th, we're going to come back around with Fuck Fentanyl, and we do that every end of the month. Also, ladies, if you are watching, August the 29th is going to be the second annual prison reunion. If you would like to be there, all you got to do is come. Kids are invited because, baby, some of us had kids when we got out. Not me, but a lot of y'all had kids when you got out. And it's sometimes hard to find a babysitter when you want to do something. So don't worry about a babysitter. Bring your kids right on with you. We're going to be at the park. So it's going to be a lot of stuff to do. And last year we did like a memory board. We're going to do another memory board this year. And we're also going to do a memorial board for the ones that we've lost. Also, can you guys send some extra prayers for Tempest Bennett? Right now she's going through it. She's in the hospital. And hopefully we get her cousin on the couch to speak about domestic violence because if you guys didn't tune in last couple weeks ago, we did Stop the Violence, which that falls under like domestic violence, which it used to be Stop the Gun Violence. But violence comes in different forms, which shooting, domestic, child abuse. So Stop the Violence. We're going to do that again next month. So I'm just waiting to see what time she's trying to come on. Today is Autoimmune Disease Awareness. And I'm not going to lie. At first, I started this at the beginning of the year, which sometimes I do talk about having lupus. But in the midst of it, I stopped talking about it because I was like, I don't like talking about being in pain all the time. But I didn't realize how many people actually have no idea about lupus and have no idea what it does to us. So I do autoimmune disease awareness every month on the couch and sickle cell talk in honor of my friend. You probably can't see the little red ribbon back there, but in honor of my friend, Shaquanda. She actually passed away. She was supposed to start the series with me, but she passed away before it happened. So in her memory, I make sure that I do it every month and keep her name alive, because Shaquanda, girl, I love you so much. The first thing that I'm realizing that I didn't know before, because with lupus, you learn something new every flare. Sometimes we have things that happen to us or things that our body is going through that we're like, hard to decipher if it's normal stuff that's going on or is this lupus stuff that's going on. It's especially hard when you don't have the right rheumatologist that listens, hears you, and tries to, I guess that's hard. Because as I'm saying it out my mouth, there's no cure for lupus. So the only thing, and I was just speaking to my wife about this, the only thing that they actually have for us as lupus patients is antidepressants. How come every lupus medication, or even fibromyalgia, how come it's got to be a dual? How come it has to be an antidepressant and maybe it could help with your pain? I just don't get that. I don't understand that there's literally no cure in the world, but antidepressants are what they say help keep our pain down. Now, since I've been on these antidepressants, I'm not going to lie, I've been crying even more. I've been feeling even more depressed. Like, I wasn't feeling like this before I started taking my medicine. And I remember this is why I stopped taking it the first time, because actually, Celebrex, it makes me feel slow. Like, I'll be like, and sleep. I don't like that. I want to be up, awake, alert, knowing what's going on, living life. Instead, having lupus sometimes it's like crippling, because it's like, I want to be up and have fun with my friends and my family and my wife, but I can't because I'm asleep. I'm missing out because I'm asleep from the medication. Then when I get up, I'm too drowsy to even be energetic. And I hate that. There has to be a better medication for lupus patients. It has to be. Because you mean to tell me that the only thing that you guys could come up with, the only thing that you guys could think of is fucking antidepressants? Hell no, that's fucking crazy to me. And it really irritates my soul. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to put this phone. Let me just do it like that. There we go. I'm trying to be, cool about it, but it's like, damn, can we do something better? I get that we don't have a cure, but does it always have to be an antidepressant? I've found that taking magic mushrooms, psilocybin, helps me better than any medication that they've ever put me on for lupus. And then, again, with lupus, you don't know what is coming from lupus and what is coming from just being a regular adult growing up. Did you know that with lupus, it might seem like you have irritable bowel syndrome, but it's not irritable bowel syndrome. Did you know that lupus patients have issues with their stomachs? And I say this because at first I didn't have any idea what was going on with my stomach. Not that I had irritable bowel syndrome, but I kept getting hernias. And I was like, why the fuck do I keep getting hernias? I'm literally not doing anything to get a hernia. I'm not doing anything to hurt myself. Y'all said, no, don't pick up anything bigger than 10 pounds. I haven't been picking up nothing than 10 pounds. But now I keep getting these hernias in my stomach. But here's what it is. The thing about lupus is, I don't give a fuck if it's something good for you. It's going to fight it like it's an infection. It's going to fight it like it's trying to attack you. So anything that they do to prevent, like hernias, prevent, lupus flares, lupus is going to fight it. Period. It doesn't matter how long you're on it. Doesn't it seem like sometimes when you're on a medication for lupus that it doesn't seem to work anymore? Yeah, it might take away a little bit of my tears, but it's not seeming to work anymore for the pain, because now lupus has recognized that this is an antidepressant that you're putting in my body that you're saying is supposed to help. But no. I'm attacking that too. No. I'm going to attack this mesh. You're going to get another hernia. Or, no. I'm going to make you shit all day. And then you like, oh no, I'm shitty. I'm diarrhea. I got to go to see my GI. But it's not your GI that you need to see, because it could be your lupus. Lupus literally attacks everything in your body. So it's like, are you attacking me now? Give me just a moment, you guys. Hello? It's in Edmond, but give me a minute. I'll call you as soon as I'm done with the couch.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a shower.
Okay, I love you. Later. Sorry, y'all. That was my good friend. Okay. It's hard, to keep up with what is causing what. Every time we turn around, it's something. Fingertips are extra fucking cold. Feet extra cold. And it's like, okay, well, am I losing circulation, or is this a lupus flare? Lupus flares are literally unpredictable. Lupus flares are literally wherever it wants to go. It doesn't give a fuck if it's your head. It don't give a fuck if it's your arm. Something is going to hurt every day. And it's a consistent pain that never stops. So if you know anybody with lupus, then you better believe that they are a strong motherfucker, because this pain never goes away. It's just that some days are better than others. That doesn't mean that we're not in pain. It just means that we can manage it better today than we was able to manage it yesterday. Staying on top of your medication isn't always ideal. Because again, there is no medication that's out here right now that can cure lupus. The only medications that they are giving us are antidepressants. If you don't feel like you're getting any relief, if you don't feel like you're getting any help, maybe, again, see a new rheumatologist, because some of these rheumatologists, they feel like they know, they've seen it all, especially if they've been in the game for a long time. They've seen it all. They know it all. They know what it looks like. They know what it... But who's to say that your lupus flare is going to be the same as my lupus flare? I may not get the rash all the way across my face, but I get it to about right here. And so because I get it to about right here, my rheumatologist is like, your lupus isn't as bad as my other people. But it's not about, is my lupus as bad as your other patients? It's about, I still have lupus and it's fucking bad. I still have lupus and there's no fucking cure. I still have lupus. So don't treat me like I'm irrelevant just because it's not as bad as your other patients. Just because you can't see the face, the rash, as bad as your other patients. What about my insides? You have no idea what I'm going through inside. You have no idea what my muscles, my joints, my bones, my everything feels like. And you're sitting here telling me that because my rash doesn't come across my whole face like your other patients, that I'm better off than them? No lupus patient is better off than anyone. I don't give a fuck If you in a hospital more than me, we are all in pain. We are all fighting to survive. Living to die and dying to live. We are. So, please, even though, and I know you guys probably don't know this, but if you're going through a workman's comp case, or if you've been injured on the job, then you aren't even able to see your correct rheumatologist. You have to find a rheumatologist that will see you even in the midst of what you're going through, because a lot of them won't even see you. How do I know? Because it happened to me. My original doctor would not see me because I was injured working. So not only do we have to suffer when it comes to having lupus, but we have to suffer if something isn't our fault at work and we're in pain and we're on workman's comp. Now we have to suffer from not being able to see the correct rheumatologist or a rheumatologist that will listen. And then we're fighting to figure out what's going on with our body. Now, being injured on top of having lupus is, I'm sorry, but to me, it's like 100 times worse. Because it's hard for me to decipher which part is coming from the lupus. Should I take this pain medication to help my back, or is my back hurting because of a lupus flare, or are they coinciding together, or what's happening? And that's what the doctors don't want to deal with. They don't want to have to guess which one is affecting you right now. They want to treat what's affecting you right now. So that's why a lot of doctors won't see you when you're, on a workman's comp case when it comes to autoimmune disease. Suffering even more. But again, like I said, the only medications that they have found that proves to give us a little bit of help to them is just antidepressants. But have you done any more research? Have you tried any more different medications? Have you came up with a medication that can help or cure lupus? Because it doesn't seem like you guys are doing anything in that area. You're focusing on AIDS, you're focusing on HIV, you're focusing on hepatitis, but you're not focusing on a cure specifically for lupus. Just a pill to help us pass by the pain or deal with it a little bit better. And I don't think that's fair. We want to be cured too. We want to live a normal life too. And living with lupus or an autoimmune disease, you don't get a chance to live a normal life. You have to portray that you're living a better life than what you feel, or push forward through it, even though it hurts. Even though it hurts, you think, I didn't get up and say, you know what, I'm going to still do my makeup and make myself feel like something, because in the inside, I feel terrible. But on the outside, I can at least look pretty, because y'all can't see how bad the lupus is eating me and hurting me in the inside. So, but y'all can see a little bit of the surface pretty, and I can hide the rest. Having lupus has honestly opened my eyes to a lot of different health things. Like, I want to be healthier. I want to be better. I want to help. When you know that you're living your life and your life is literally a ticking time bomb, you literally can die at any moment. No matter what people think, this is how lupus is in sickle cell and any type of autoimmune disease. We're not promised tomorrow. We're just thankful that we get it. We're thankful. When I was in prison, that was around the time that I had found out that I had lupus. They didn't actually tell me when I was at Mabel Bassett. So for anybody that don't know a little bit about my story, I did 9 years in prison for shooting a man that raped me. And when I was there, I was in a lot of pain. I kept getting these big bruises everywhere, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So when I finally was able to go to medical, they ran some tests on me in 2009, but they never told me the results. They told me that nothing was wrong with me, that I was making it up. So I just went about my day like, okay, well, maybe they're right. You know, I didn't know. So I'm living life in pain. And one day, someone telling me about, it was like a sleeve of pills. It was green. And they was like, you want to try one of these? It's a greenie weenie. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I do want to try it. So I tried the greenie weenie, which is actually called Indocin. I tried the greenie weenie. And when I tell you that something about that pill made me be able to move my feet, made me be able to move my body. The only thing about the pill right now is that it messes up your kidneys and your liver so terribly bad that they don't even prescribe it anymore. But that was the only thing that I felt like that I took that actually gave me more relief than anything. And I couldn't understand it. I was like, yo, I need to know where I can get these. I was happy. I was excited. I was like, I need to know where I can get some more of these pills. I was buying them from everybody on the yard. And then finally they gave me my own script. I'm telling you, I was taking like 15 of them bitches. Well, you probably shouldn't take 15 at a time, but I was. Before I knew my tolerance, I would take a lot of pills because I would think that the more you take, the faster it will get in your system. I didn't think the more you take, the faster you can overdose. Well, when I finally got the actual word that I had lupus, this was at the end of 2013, I think, 14. I was in a different facility. They told me, hey, you have lupus. We're going to put you on baclofen, this, that. I said, okay. I didn't realize that I was overdosing until it was too late. I just know that I was in pain and I was trying to get out of it. And thank God for my friend Tammy, because Tammy had these big blocks of charcoal because, I mean, a lot of people was getting high at the time and they didn't want to get in trouble or have to get shipped out. So people would sneak in stuff to help you survive from an overdose. So she gave me this charcoal stuff. I remember throwing up everywhere. And it just made me realize, like, you know, even though I'm in all this pain, I need to be able to manage, live, manage, live, and just move on. Oh, and let me tell you guys, I also have absent seizures. I think I just had one. I'm not sure. I don't even know how gone I was long. I mean, I don't know how long I was in it, but I just had a seizure. Anyways, and I really believe that these absent seizures came from lupus because I don't remember having seizures before prison. And then when I went to prison, I just kept having seizures and they was like, oh, she lying. I'm like, how am I lying? But y'all put me on Keppra. Keppra is actually for seizures. I don't take any seizure medicine anymore. So when I go into a seizure, I just go into it. But again, so many things happen when you have lupus. Literally, I've been having absent seizures more often. Fingers cold, feet cold, body stiff, body hurting. And the only thing they could say is, hey, we got some antidepressants for you. I'm like, yo, we got to do better. We got to find a real cure. We have to truly look for something that's going to help not only take away the pain, but get rid of lupus. Y'all have worked on everything that you can to get rid of sickle cell, HIV, hepatitis, but you have not genuinely worked on anything that can actually get rid of lupus from us, hereditary or not. Is it a piece of fucking gene that you need to take out of me? Because have it. I don't want lupus anymore. I'm sick of it. Lupus and autoimmune disease patients and sickle cell patients, we literally I don't even want, it's not even that we fake. It's that we have to be okay. We have to put the one foot forward in front of the other. We have to. We have no choice. Even when we don't feel like we want to smile, or even when we don't feel like we're happy, or even when we don't feel like I want to be here right now, we have to be. And I know it gets hard sometimes, because it gets hard for me. He said, what do you think they have never tried that they should? Honestly, one thing that I noticed since having lupus, what helps me, and I'm going to be completely honest, this is real, raw, and uncut, and I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. The one thing that has helped me with my lupus, and y'all gonna look at me crazy. No, the two things is acid and shrooms. Now, even though, what up, Gorilla Zoe? Even though it's to you guys like, oh no, those are some crazy drugs. Did you know that magic mushrooms are actually the safest recreational drug that you can ever take? Even safer than smoking weed. Okay. Now, acid is also safe, but I would not recommend that to anyone. I personally don't tell anybody to take it. I always say, hey, take some shrooms. Try some shrooms out and it might change your life. But when I take acid, it's like my muscles, my joints, my everything can finally relax. You know, whenever you work out a lot and you're real tense, or whenever you do something and you just real tense and you find yourself like stuck or stiff. Well, with lupus, we always feel like that. So to have at least 15, 20 minutes, an hour, 30 minutes, whatever, of pain-free time, I want it. I need it. I would love to have it. If they can find whatever compounds that they need to find that's in acid and make it not like as, I mean, you can keep it like it is for me, but to actually give it for medical purposes, I think they should try something like that. I think they should try something with acid and shrooms to help at least let us have a day of no pain. Because living every day in pain, it doesn't feel good. It just doesn't. You know, we grow up and we always say, hey, I just want to be regular. And then we grown, and then now, you know, we are in our actual lives that we're going to be in. And it's like, I don't want to be in pain anymore. Like, am I being a crybaby for saying that? Like, I don't want this no more. You know? And I can see why a lot of lupus patients continue to take their medication, because again, it's a antidepressant. And when we get severely depressed having lupus, sometimes it's random. Like, I just cry out of nowhere. So I get it. I get why you guys want to still take your antidepressants. But I'm tired of that. I want a real cure. I want something that can truly help. Not just me, but the whole community. All my lupus warriors. All my autoimmune disease warriors. We need that. So I started this because it's better for me to speak on what I go through having lupus. And then I get different messages from other lupus patients or other follows from lupus patients. And they like, yo, I felt like that too. I thought I was the only one. So it's important to speak on. And I really appreciate y'all for listening, because we got to figure this out, especially, the ones of us that have lupus. Like, damn, do we got to do our own research? Do we got to be our own doctors? What we got to do? Let's do it. Tomorrow is Sickle Cell Talk. So if you guys don't want to come it's okay. But you can always go back and rewatch any of the ones that you have missed. What an honor to have Gorilla Zoe join the live. That's why I said I'm going to start going live again on my Instagram. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. And if you know anybody that has an autoimmune disease, lupus, please do what you can to make them feel loved. Because even though you may tell me every now and then that you love me, sometimes having lupus, you need to hear it every day. Because I'm going to tell you this again. We are ticking time bombs. We can die any day. Love on us. Oh, and I will say this. We don't always have the best attitudes. We don't. Because when you have lupus, when you have an autoimmune disease, when you're in pain, you're not the most pleasant person. You're just not. So please, I know that's not an excuse. I'm not trying to make up any excuses. I'm just keeping it 100. Have you ever been in so much pain that you was irritable? You ever been in so much pain that people was like, what? Why she acting like that? Why he acting like that? Because when you're in so much pain, you concentrating on the pain. You can't concentrate on being nice and all smiling and all that shit. No, sometimes we are motherfucking bitches. Pain can do that to you. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. Tomorrow we will be live in the morning again, and Friday morning, and we won't be live Monday. I love you guys so much. It's the Couch Chronicles, where it ain't no fucking limits. I will see you guys tomorrow for Sickle Cell Talk. Love you.